Good morning, everyone. Riff Kids Craft Corner. How's everyone doing? I am doing really good. I am working on a cute little fairy dragon. This is actually for my husband's book, believe it or not. I'm going with the color he wanted to use, which is an indigo color. So I'll probably paint it an indigo color. But that's the start of the fairy dragon. What do you think? I think I'm doing fairly well. It's a small little dragon, so it doesn't need to be overly big. It's a little thing. It's this fairy dragon, and it's one I'm making. And I have a way I'm going to be making okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to see, I thought about making a candy cane Inklasaurus too, but I think I'm doing really well with the fairy dragon. Here's the dragon. I did well on the little shoots of the nose, as far as I can tell. So that's the head part. Then we have to make the bottom part, which is the mouth. It's not much of a mouth. I'll let you know that now. It's never that much of a mouth when it comes to a dragon. They don't have big mouths, especially fairy dragons don't.
That's the size of a house cat.
What?
They're said to be the size of a house cat.
Oh, well, you made it sound smaller.
About 2 foot long.
About 2 foot long, which is...
Yeah, but that's like when they're fully grown. So obviously they start off smaller.
So what we need to do is bring this in. This is the jaw. And bring this in. Oh, that's perfect. Look at that. Do you see what I did? That looks very perfect for the jaw. About right here. Tooth goes over to hide it. But the jaw, yeah, I did good on the jaw. Who knew working with crochet helps you in creating things with a clay? I'm thinking its mouth will be open a little bit, but it'll have tiny teeth. I think my husband would agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
And we want the teeth to be open like that. I think that would be kind of cute. And like I said, this is for my husband's book. He's working on... He told me about the fairy dragon, and he really likes the idea of a fairy dragon. So I'm like, oh, I could make you a fairy dragon. This will be his mascot for his book.
Mm-hmm. Why not?
Don't want to ruin the idea that I have of it. Because a fairy dragon is. So there's a idea that I have. So there's the little pointy noses right here. And here's the mouth. And flattened out a little bit and up a little bit like that, I think. But it's a fairy dragon. So there's the face of it. Of course, it'll get little teeny tiny teeth. But there's the face. I think I got it. I think I got an idea of what I want. Maybe a little bit longer. And flattened a little bit. Because after all, fairy dragons have like little tiny teeth. And that's the head of it. Now, what I need to do is cut. So what I could do is I could wrap this around some wire. Because I do have it pretty much the way I want the nose to be. That looks amazing, the nose. Look right in here. And it has the hook right here. The hook right there has the nose. Just to give you an idea of what I'm after. Now, I need a little piece right here to hold it in. So when I put it on its body. So. I'm trying to find scissors. Be right back while I go get scissors, because I do have some special scissors I use for this. I don't use my good scissors for crochet. This is a different type of scissors. Okay. It's just getting something. So yeah, there's the beginnings of the face. Did I do really well? Oh, wrong one. Not what I was after. Thought this was the ones with the wire. I'll work for something else, but not right now. So, there's the beginnings of the face. What do you think? So, I need to cut the wire. So, the wire is for when I need to set up the dragon to have its body. So, of course, we're going to have the face going downward. So, this should go like about like that. And it goes downward. And we'll make it long and everything like that, but that's the face. We can fix the eyes and the horns later. The main thing is getting the facial feature, which I did, I think, get a facial feature. I think it needs to be more like that. And that needs to be up in here so you can see the nose. And this doesn't need to be as high up. Because we want it to go into a look like that. Yeah, that's much better. That was a little bit too thick. Now, if I got it right. I am liking how that looks. Because right in here is the nose holes. Right here. And right here. So those are the nose holes. It's looking good so far. Now this part goes down like that. I want it to aim because I'm right now working on the body part. And the body is almost like a big ball. About this much. I could put it in foil, but it's a really small. Like I said, this is definitely a what you call a fairy dragon. And the fairy dragon is a small little guy. Jeff says it's as big as about 2 inches or 2 feet.
Yeah, 2 feet long.
2 feet, but that's too much for my clay. So we're going to make a replica of one that is small enough to go on your finger. I've seen them. Ideas of a but yeah, they could be. And he says it's an older dragon, older fairy dragon in his book. Mm-hmm. So it could be a fairy dragon that is what? This is the body. Now the body is a big, it's not fat, but it's a big body. And it's oblong like this. But it's not it's a big body, but it's oblong. And then making the talons and stuff will be kind of fun. I'll be decorating. So here's the body. If I look at the said, okay, so the face, the facial features, and then it needs to be this long. Wondering if I should use foil first and then add it. Don't know. It's a fairy dragon. So we're making a small fairy dragon. We're not making an overly big one. So this is a small fairy dragon.
We're putting in an order for a real one.
Jeff says we're putting in an order for a real one.
You know, after the resurrection.
Yeah, after the resurrection. So I'm trying to get the size about right, you know. But I do love how the facial part came out. It will have butterfly wings. Like wings. And I have an idea how to make them iridescent. I'm sure you're going to love watching that. But it's definitely going to have butterfly wings. Okay. Now I think I got the right size for the oblong part of the body. Making the face was easy. I mean, tell me I did not make a dragon face.
Yeah. I can make a face.
Does that look like a dragon face to you?
I mean, I can't make it out of clay.
I think I did really well on the dragon face. The dragon face has a look to it. Now, I will be adding horns to it, of course. But it really does look like a dragon face, doesn't it? Now, of course, I'm going to have to put like little teeth on it. Little ones, nothing major, but little teeth. But I think I did pretty good. Yeah, the base of one. Right now, just trust the process. Right now, it doesn't look much like it, but it does look like a dragon. The base of a dragon. And that was quite important to have the base of the dragon. You can just visualize this dragon having its teeth open and showing little teeth.
You know what I don't understand?
What?
I don't understand why people are so scared of snakes.
I don't know.
They're armless.
Ha 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 ha. That's funny. So I'm thinking the size of the dragon will have his head go about right here. Kind of like that. And then we just put like a little neck on him and it'll go down. And then I can shape his head. And then get a tail going right here. So that's what I'm thinking about. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to good afternoon. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Riff Kiss Craft Corner. How is everyone doing? I am working on a baby. Well, not a baby. My husband is writing a book.
Miniature.
And because he's writing a book, I decided to make him a mascot. He has a and his mascot is actually a fairy dragon. I thought that was a pretty brilliant idea. What do you guys think? A fairy dragon. He's even asking later on. Yeah. So we are doing a fairy dragon. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to aim it so this part right here, and we want it a little bit flattened for his neck. That way his neck can be, yeah, that looks good. Yeah, I like that. That just brings it so the neck goes right where I want it. I make crochet, but I sometimes use my crochet needles for fixing up on the neck and getting it to be just right. Now I have an idea how I will make the wings. I was talking to Jeff about it last night, and I was like, wouldn't it be cool if I did the wings? Okay, now how do I set this up? Okay, I think I know how. Yeah, I have to make sure that hooks together. I'm checking the neck, getting an idea if I have the neck right or not. So I'm trying to make a decision if I made the body right. But I did make the face good. This is a good base of the face. It did very good on the face in my book. We want this to kind of be about right. Now let me look at the picture. The neck needs to be thicker, or, well, actually, this will be like that, and then this part right here, this part right here, bring it down for its arms for later. This goes with a little bit of a, gives you an idea. It's not looking sickly, but I think I messed up on it needs a little thicker neck. But other than that, I think I did really well on the neck. I think making it with a thicker neck will help it. Just like that. And a little bit more clay. And blending it in. And right in here. After all, a dragon's neck is not thin. It's more thin underneath, but on the outside, it's thicker from what I'm seeing. Or the portrait of a dragon is thicker. So that's the starting of the neck. So I'm right now working on the neck at the moment of the dragon. Much better, I think. The neck looks better than it did. We want this to go into that little section right over there. Now we are going to take this and we're going to bring this up and we're going to bring it down to kind of make it where it'll have scales going up. So that helps me know where I'm going to put the scales. But yeah, I think I did really well. I have the neck right there. Neck is thick. I think my husband would agree on that.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have him looking shortly. The eyes will be actually, believe it or not, I have an idea what I'm going to do with the eyes. Yeah, I like that. It does look like a dragon's face. Very happy with the face. Very happy with how I got the neck now. Now, I'm going to be making the tail because, of course, it needs to have a tail. Center my camera. Why is my camera moving back and forth on me?
I give up. Why?
I'm right here. I heard you. I fixed it. Okay. Did you get it? Is it showing up now? Okay. So anyways, this is the I think I did really well with the neck. Camera can't see. Well, I have it. Is it working now? So far this is what I got. This is the face. I'm working on the neck because the neck needs to be done like that. So the neck is right here. Stop that! I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to my camera. That's the neck. And this part right here. Like I said, I was thinking of either doing paleopines or doing a dragon. And I decided on the dragon because, after all, Jeff is working on his book. So I was like, dragon most likely. I can't, it's on the bottom part and I haven't figured out how to tighten the tension of this thing right here. But it's not supposed to be moving. I think I got it working now where it's not moving anymore. I'm just making certain I have the look of the dragon. In a way, when you think about it, a dragon, it kind of looks almost like a pterodactyl sometimes. So there's the face. I'm not done with the legs. I'm not done with I'm right now working on the tail. We're going to add the tail to it. It's going to be a long tail. Might have a little pointy end to it. I haven't decided. But the tail and will look like this, I think. So the tail will have a tail right here, I think. Now it looks like a there's another thing that's come into my mind where it looks like it's not, it'll look like a dragon once it's all done, but at the moment it kind of looks like, I don't know what it looks like right now. It's supposed to look like a dragon. Nope, it's not long enough tail. The tail's supposed to go up to about from here to about here. That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, and I'm trying to make it a slender body. And we also need to put the arms and we need to put the legs on it. A nice slender body. But not liking how that is looking. We'll fix that up later. There, that looks better. And it has a little bit of a shoulder from what I'm studying. So I'm going to put a little shoulder, a little bit of a shoulder right in here, in this section right here. And that's the shoulder area. Why aren't you not sticking? You're supposed to be sticking. That's more like it. And I think the tail needs to be longer. That's just my thoughts. Now I finally got the shoulder going. And you can see the shoulder starting to come into place. And I'm actually not going to be using any aluminum to hold it in place. I think it's going to look pretty good without the aluminum when I'm all done. Jeff can tell me if it's starting to look kind of like what he envisioned. It's not there yet.
No, but you're doing a reasonable job on the body of it.
But I think the tail needs to be longer.
I would suggest a little bit, yes.
Yeah.
Although at the moment it balances the head really well.
Thank you. So right now I'm doing the shoulder, and there's the shoulder, and you can see the shoulder. Gives you an idea of the shoulder, and that's where the arm will go. And the feet will go right here in this little section right here. So right in here, I'm going to do an indent. for the feet. This would be for the feet. And in the shoulder area is an indent for the arms. So we're doing good. We're doing really good. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing now. I'm so sorry about my camera being a little wacky. So the shoulder, there's this shoulder right here. Might not turn out just like its counterpart, but I want it to have a shoulder. It needs to have shoulders. Especially since it's going to have arms, it needs to have shoulders, doesn't it? But I think the tail needs to be bigger. That's just my thoughts. So this is the shoulder. And it needs to be pulled back a little bit. And it needs to be pulled up a little bit. The good news is I'm using a white clay, and this white clay is more uniform, much easier to work with than the black clay. So there's a starting of it. Shoulder's a little off a little bit here, so I'll have to add just a little bit more. Just a little bit off. Yeah, I thought it needed more on the shoulder. There we go. That helps. After all, a dragon does have shoulders. Flattened in. And if you don't have your tools, just use, if you're a crocheter, use your crochet tool. It works. Trust me. It can work for batten down the hatches of a gorgeous little critter. But do you see the outline of it? Is it looking good? The outline of it? I think I'm doing pretty good on the outline. Of course, I'll add horns to it. It'll have horns because that's what a fairy dragon has. But it's going to be cutesy. It'll have a cutesy body. Right now, it looks kind of, I won't say spooky. It just doesn't look like much. But it's a fairy dragon. Jeff said, so we're going to make this a little bit bigger on his tail, because his tail needs to be bigger. At least I think so. Yeah. They need to look cutesy. Now, they are mischievous. From what Jeff told me, they're a mischievous bunch. Very mischievous. So we're making a cutesy looking dragon. But I gotta say, I can actually make a dragon. Hey, I'm not bad. If you asked me this years ago, if you asked me this 10, 12 years ago, I would have said, no way. Wouldn't I, honey?
Oh, yeah.
because I didn't think I was much of an artist originally. My husband's been helping me get past that little, I don't know what it's called, but the negativity of being an artist. When I am an artist, I always thought I wasn't good enough artist, you know? So he's helped me. Um, it has to be a thicker towel, thicker but not too thick, because after all, it has to be cutesy. So we are going to get the thicker towel, but we're going to make it thinner as we go. So I am right now using my fingers. As you can tell, I'm trying to get the tail about that long. And the bottom of it needs to be very nice and pointy. Although I plan on making it even more, it's going to have a little, I know what I'm going to do. It's going to have like a little heart-shaped type of look to it. So first we're going to do the top of the tail, but that looks kind of thick enough. Doesn't it? It looks kind of thick enough or big enough. Now when we put it on this, yeah, I think that will be good. And I can put a little pointy end to it. That looks good. Now, why I decided to have like a little hook at the end of the tail, that's what my goal is. Why I decided to make a little hook at the end of the tail is because after all, it's mischievous, isn't it? I think a hook at the end of the tail would be kind of cute. So we're making certain the tail stays on place. And then we'll decorate, well, not decorate the tail, but we will. Yeah, I like that. So we just got the tail, and I'm planning on having it hooked like this to the side, and it'll have a little hook on it, if that makes sense. That's my goal. What do you think? Is it looking like is it even starting to look like a little dragon? Now, of course, I need to put the arms, and I need to put the legs. And what is my forte, guys? If you know me very well, what is my forte? What is the one thing I have problems with? So there's the dragon. I can just visualize its tail like this, and it's sitting on a branch. What do you think? Sitting on a branch or sitting on a finger? What do you think? I think that would look good. What do you think, hon?
On a branch? Maybe.
You like the long length of the tail?
Yeah, that's looking good. It'd be interesting to see how the wings and the legs balance it.
Well, first things first, I wanted to make certain the tail was on it. Because when I cook this little guy, he needs to be able to sit on a branch of some sort. So we got the shoulders. Oh, maybe a flower. Yeah. On a flower. Yeah. But could you visualize this like that? Wouldn't that look kind of cute? It can't go up higher than that. I tried. Kind of like that. That's how I'm thinking of this out like that and with a tip. So when I'm talking about a tip, I'm talking about a little tip. I have like this little thing right here. I am thinking of making it like this. So first things first, you have to make this little part right here. Make it like that. Okay. Then you take it like this. Take it like that. And then bring it down like this. Kind of like that. And then this would go on the tip like that. Now, just so you can see, there's the tip. Do you see what I'm doing? And then you have to make certain it stays in place. But yeah, I think we did really well on the tip. Look at the tip.
That works. Yeah.
I did really good on the tip.
Mm-hmm.
So there's the tip right here, and that's how I'm planning on going. So now we will work on the arms. Gotta study arms. Let's make the legs first. I think that will be the big key. So the legs would go right here and here. That's where I'm planning it. Right in here and here. So we need to get more clay. And we need to... But I'm very happy with what I've done so far. It's not done. I mean, it's going to have horns on it. And it has to have ears on it. And then it has to have butterfly wings on it. So, yeah. So first things first, let's separate this part from the other. So this is going to go kind of like this and out like that. And then we're going to aim this as legs. Just so you can get an idea. That's where the leg would go. And then the length of it, of the leg, would go a little bit thinner down like this. Are you seeing what I'm visualizing? So the leg would look like this, and then you smush it together. With a, I wouldn't say a ball, but gives you an idea. And you want the legs to get thinner on the bottom part. Well, no, not the bottom part. That's the arms. Sorry, I got that one mixed up. But there's the starting of the legs. I think that will look good once we get the legs looking. I have an idea how I want these legs to look. Legs are not to be too flattened, but they're not to be too fat either. After all, this is a fairy dragon. A fairy dragon is a little a little a little guy. And then you put it right there. So this one goes right here. Visualizing this fairy dragon. Okay, so we got fairy dragon's legs in. Now you have to remember the legs have to hold up the weight. So here's the fairy dragon's legs to give you an idea, but I got to study a little bit more about the anatomy of a fairy dragon. And he needs to sit up on a stump. So how do I set this up? We can make this look like a stump, sort of. And that goes like that. For right now, you stick with there for right now. Let's see if I have it too high up or too low. Okay, so it's supposed to go like that, and it needs to be thinner in the leg part. Okay, the thigh has to be thicker. The thigh has to be thicker, but the leg part has to be thinner, and then it has to have the feet. Okay, I got it. See, it's good to get a visual or an idea of what you want. So the leg has to be thicker. The thigh has to be thicker. So here's the thicker, and it has to get thinner. So here's the thicker part, and then thinner. Like the legs have to be thinner, like really thinner. So sorry about that. Of course, it can be my interpretation, but still, I'm looking at the thinner. So I have to make it thinner to the thicker. So that goes to this like that. Okay, I think I got it now. Just took me a little while to figure out how I wanted the legs. But the thing is, it needs wire. I think that's what my problem is. So, the legs that goes like that. That goes like that. And that goes like that. Okay, and this gets cut right about here. Same setup. That goes like that. That goes like that. And that goes like that. Want to make certain it looks kind of like the other one. Whoops. Too far back. That. That, and that. That, and that. Yeah, I think that's what I'm after, is something like that. Okay. Make certain I cut it exactly where it's supposed to be. I can decorate with it. Well, decorate. I can, yeah, that will work. That's what armature wire is for. You study your anatomy of your dragon to give you an idea how to make it just right. So this part right here will go right in here, and this part will go right here. So these are for the feet. This is the feet. It'll be aiming like that. Yeah, I think I did good. So the big part, this part right here, this part right here, this part right here, I'm just studying the anatomy of a dragon to give you an idea what I'm doing here. Okay, this part right here, so that will go like this. Yeah, that looks more dragonish. Wouldn't you agree? It looks more dragonish with the way I fixed it. This is where just so you can see it, this is where and I would have to cover up that little mess, not mess, but that little part right there. Bring this down for the feet. But other than that, I think I did really well on the dragon's legs. I think I did pretty good. So we're going to wrap around this. And bring it down. Yeah, that'll work. And yeah, maybe a flower. I haven't decided what I'm going to put it on. But maybe a flower, if we can get it to go on a flower. This is going to be fun, trying to get the order or the organization of the dragon to look like a dragon. Kind of glad I went with armature wire, because then I can, organize it the way I want it to go. Sorry. Yeah. So this would go like this, or like that. Oh my word. Does that make it look like a dragon or not? Almost. Almost looks like a dragon. That holds it in place, doesn't it?
Your epic scroll will be finished in a minute.
Thank you. That definitely brings out. Yeah, it's a good angle. It's about the right size for the dragon. So let's do that. I think I'm kind of glad I did this little thing here. It's basically making the I still love how the face turned out. Come on. I did really good on the facial structure. This is going to be a fairy dragon. Once all is said and done, it's going to look really good. At the moment, does it look like it is? Yeah. But then what is it everyone says? The artist is their own what's the word they say? The artist or the person who's doing the artwork or anything is their own yeah, I like that. That will work really good. And we'll fix the little bit of ball in the socket, the ball socket right in here. Yeah, that will look good. And it gives a illusion, not the illusion, but it'll give the idea. Still love how the tail turned out. That turned, oh, Merkles. Well, I thought it turned out okay until the tip came off. It's okay though. We'll work it out. Yeah, that gives it a good idea. Now we want to bring this down to kind of accommodate that look of it being part of the dragon's body. Now, if I get it just right, we can aim it like that. This is the foot right here. This right here is the foot. So we aim it like that. We bring this up like this into this setup. And I think we'll be fine. Now to finish the other side. We'll work on the foot shortly. I'm going to work on the leg. So I did really good on the angle of the foot. I think I did really good on it. We were trying to aim for a uniqueness of the dragon's feet. And we want this to be pretty much it holding onto a branch. I think that's what my aim is for. Either a branch or a flower. Not sure how I'm going to put it on a flower though. Just don't know how I'm going to put it on a flower. Okay. This part right here goes into here. And that's what this little section is. And that helps me aim it just right. Oh, did I do it backwards? It's backwards. That's more like it. So we are aiming it right here. We are aiming it right in here. This part will be upward like that, and it'll aim kind of like that. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. I think I'm going to be doing really well on this. This is just the legs at the moment, guys. Okay, so I just wanted to make certain I got it in the right spot. That's good. Look at this guy. He's already looking like a little dragon. Aiming this up like this. Yep. He looks like a little dragon, doesn't he? Already starting to. Yep. I might have to cut this down just a tad. But yeah, that's not bad for the dragon look. I like that. So, first things first, I'm studying this to get the anatomy of it. And then I'm going to work on the legs. Legs are not my forte, guys. Legs have never been my forte. Feet and legs are not my forte. I'll admit it. But I will try my best to make it look like what I'm aiming for. Okay, we're getting there. Okay, we are getting there. So we aim this like this. Fairy dragon-ish. And we will aim it downward. About the same amount as the other one. Then add a ball and socket look to it. But yeah, we wanted to have like an elbow like look. Okay. We need to add a little bit more into this little section. I'm working on the legs at the moment. I'm making there we go. Yeah. Yeah, that's better. That's better. Needs to be thin, but not overly thin. Thin enough to look realistic. Now, dragons are not real. Well, actually, dragons originally was dinosaurs. That is what the truth of it is. But and there was one that looks almost like this. What was that name of that dinosaur that's in Paleopines? So for it has feathers, it won't have butterfly wings. It needs to have the what you call it, it needs to have lean muscles, but it needs to have the strength of the muscles is what I'm trying to say. It needs to have lean muscles, but it needs to have the strength of the muscles. And I think I did pretty good. I mean, of it, I'm going to be putting like a ball right in here to bring it out. We want it to be a little thicker around the calves. You know, push this back a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like it's a little brother. Do you see what I'm doing? And then it holds up like this. The tail would hold most of it up. And then this goes like that. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. I'll be doing more definition later on. But big key is to get this to stay on. And you want to have it to stay on. That's why I'm using my, I know it sounds kind of weird, but I'm actually using my crochet needle to set up the muscles and set up the mouth and okay, there we go. That's looking pretty good, I think. I think Jeff is going to be quite pleasantly surprised at what I can do. Now this goes in just a tad. This goes out like that. And when it's tightened, it needs a little bit more. You know how this has definition? This doesn't quite have that definition. It doesn't have that that muscle look I want. So we have to organize that on this foot. That's the thing. Are legs my forte? Be honest. Am I hard? Is it hard for me to do legs? So what we're going to do is we're going to thicken the muscles a little bit in the outside of it, just a little bit more, because I'm looking at this side versus this side, and it's not as thickened as it should be. Yeah, that's more like it. That's more like it. That is more like it. The muscles need to look pretty much like it's muscles. That's more like it. much more like it. You need to go a little bit flatter, but not too flat, but flat enough. I love the leg on this side where it defines the muscles. So yeah, that's more like it. Now if we put it like this like that, once it's hardened, I can visualize the way I want this to look. That looks good. Don't you agree? That looks really good. So here's the muscle right here. As you can tell, I worked hard on the muscle.
Mm-hmm.
Might add a little bit of muscle on this side. Just a little. Not too much. The other side is pretty lean. But we wanted it to also show a little bit of muscle. Just a little. And this is just in this little section right in here. That's where the muscle is. And you just use your hand and you bring it, Murgles. This is where I want you. Thank you. And it goes into that little section right in here to make it more muscular. Because the leg muscle is what's holding it up, and you need to see the leg muscle. Wouldn't you agree? So the leg muscle is what's holding it up. Now I'm going to definitely fix it up so it's holding up nice and flat. That's the leg muscle.
Let's see if we can get a sheet of iron up on this chalk pen, I suppose.
Yep.
I think we have the leg muscle. I think we did good on the leg muscle. I'm going to show you the leg muscle so you can get an idea of what I did. Do you see the defining of the leg muscle? Right in here is the leg muscle. I think I did pretty good. This side shows the leg muscle too. Now, we will work on the calves. Just to bring out a little bit of calf, not much. You don't need a whole lot, not for a little dinosaur like this. Well, not dinosaur. A little dragon like this. You need some calf. You don't need a whole lot of calf. So here's a calf muscle of it. I like that. I like the idea of adding calf muscles for the it doesn't need to be much. Yeah, I think it's coming out really well. This is how I want it to go. This is how I want it to that's not how I want it to go. This is how I want it to go. And then I want to go like this with the like that. That's how I want it to go. Kind of like that goes like this. That's how I want it to go. Yeah, I know, honey.
It's been months.
Why is he planning on doing it now?
I don't know. Maybe he thinks we'll appreciate it.
Sweetheart, we're moving.
Huh?
We're moving.
I know. Eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Still sure it won't get finished. Almost 100% certain of that. It'll never be finished.
Yeah, I know. You don't want it too thick in the muscle area. Not on the bottom leg. On the top leg, yeah. On this part of the leg, no. You want it to be somewhat muscled, but not overly muscled. Not like the muscle up in here. We apologize for anyone who listens in that if my father-in-law talks. This is his house. He has every right to talk. It is his home. Jeff and I are planning on having our own home soon. And when that happens, boy, will we celebrate. So I think I have it just right in the muscle area. Not overly muscled, but muscled enough. It just needs to be a slight muscle. It doesn't have to be a big muscle. It just needs to have a slight muscle in it. Because how else do you think dragons hold themselves up? Of course a dragon would have muscle to hold themselves up. Wouldn't you agree? But it is coming together, and I'm very, very happy about it. This little guy, when he's done, will be for sale on my Shopify. Once he's done. I will put iridescence on him and everything. Or her. So this will have some iridescence to him. We just want to make certain that the muscle shows through, but not overly through, but enough. Where did you come from? You're not supposed to be there. Okay, now we are working on the feet. Woohoo! We're getting a lot done on this. Okay, the feet are thin, and there is going to be a back end. Okay, that works. So we need it to go over that wire and that wire because it's a long. But I did really well on the muscle. I'm really, really happy about the muscle. But I don't think I put a ball in this little section right here. I need to put a ball. Just a little bit of a ball right in here in the joint area. Okay. It needs to be put in here too. Is the ball of the socket. The ball socket of the around that section right in here. It holds the hind legs together. And it needs to be more defined in the Yeah, that looks good. I like that. Ball and sock head. Okay. And then we pull this together about like that and like that. And that holds it in place. Yeah, I like that. I don't have a board to, some people have like boards they can stick their little things into. I don't have that type of setup. So I go with what I have. But I'm loving how it's coming out. I mean, look at that. Isn't that kind of cute? I just trying to get the basics first. And the basics is to make certain that it looks like it has muscle on the outside, not too much on the inside, but some. Muscle on the bottom part, just a little bit. And then we work on the feet. I think we're doing really well on it. Yeah. That's looking good. That and that. And then visualize. That holds up. That goes like that. Yeah, I like that. I like how that's all coming together. Now, on the eyes, I will be putting the eyes on it soon after I'm done with this part. But hey, I'm doing pretty good on the feet. Yay! For once, I'm doing good on the feet. So, we are going to do the feet of this cute little dragon. Now, what we need is the feet needs to go flat, not flat, but it needs to go round, but it needs to go kind of like that with a little bit of a push in, push up, push in like that and down. I think that's how it's going. Okay, so of course it's serpentine. I will have to make it look serpentine, but it's flat like that. And then this part, a ball. Okay. So the feet goes in here. Okay, there we go. Yep, we are getting it. Okay, okay. I got it now. So the feet needs to go over this little section because it will have claws. And then it has a sharp end with a almost like a you take it like this. Then you have to do like a sharp end in the back, like a spur. And you put it in the back end right here. And then you aim this like that. It has to be kind of flat. spurred. Well, sort of spurred. It's where this joint joins with this joint. So it's this joint right here. So let's see. That holds it in place. It will have claws coming out. No! You do not do that. Just because I am doing that doesn't mean you can come apart. Okay, so we will fix this little section right in here up a little bit because it was trying to come apart. So we're going to set this part right here on top of there. And then we're going to aim it down just a tad. And now this right in here. This out just a tad. Because this part's going to be sharp right in here. And then this part right here is the foot. I'll have to reorganize the foot a little bit, but it's the foot. And that's how the foot will look. It'll have claws coming off of it. So I think we're doing pretty good. Sorry about that. Yeah, the reinforcing is already set up. Ow. Oh, no wonder it's ow. But the reinforcing is right in here. I will have to probably get a little thing to hold it in place. But I think I can do it because my goal is to have this up like that. It's very important to have this up like that. Yeah, it's coming together really well. To be honest, I'm quite surprised. That looks amazing. I love how that's coming out. Now this side has to do the same situation, and I have to make certain this is all blended in and everything. So now we are going to work on the other part, the other foot. Make certain that the foot is actually completely hooked in. It's not, and I'm looking over here and it doesn't look hooked in. So you have to make certain it's hooked in, like. So this is where the toes go in, or the claws go in. That's where the claws will go in. And from what I'm seeing from other artists' impressions, now it's going to be my artistic impression, but still other artists kind of give me ideas of how to make this look right. I think I've done well on the neck. I really do. I gotta fix this part right here. Looks like I did real well on it. I'm just checking every little part. You see, this is the foot right here. I will be adding stuff to the foot. It will actually have claws coming out of it. But I do like so far how it's turning out. Now we are going to work on the other foot. And to make the other foot is pretty much the same, except for we want to make certain it comes out right. So we're going to strengthen the, well, I love this white clay because it's pretty easy to do the white clay. And this is actually all clay except for a little bit of reinforcements. Okay. Now we are going to make it long and flat, just like the other one. Long and flat. So we aim it about this long. We put it in here. And we aim it in here. We want this to be pretty much aimed right here. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. So we're aiming it. Make certain it's all the way around. Okay, we're doing the toes or the foot. So it's basically holding this in and making it look like it's part of the ball and foot. Now we have this part right here. Did I do it wrong? No, it says I did it right. And then we go aim up to the foot. You want to make certain that foot is right in it. I might have to add some balls to hold the foot in place, but we want the foot. And what is my worst for me? Doing the feet, right? Doing the feet and doing the legs. That is my problem area. But if I can beat the feet problem on the fairy dragon, then I'm doing good. Wouldn't you agree? If I can beat the feet problem on the fairy dragon, I'm doing really good. So we're right now fixing the feet so they don't show any sort of there we go. There we go. Any sort of I won't say mistake, but any sort of problems. I think we're doing good on this. So this is the feet, and this is the tail. And let's see if I can get the feet to cooperate. That is that is pretty much how I want it to look. Of course, you want to fix the feet to look flat. But I'm pretty much sure I got the look that I need. And part of me thinks I should probably put balls at the socket area. Just a little bit of balls in the socket area. You know, where the socket's supposed to go. And make it, you know, rounded so it holds it in place. Thinking of the socket area right in here. And that's where the balls of the feet go. Right in the middle, right here, because that's where the balls in the socket, you know. think I did really well on this, to be honest. Then I still had the what is it called? Yeah, I like that. I think the balls in the socket, adding that little ball to help strengthen the foot kind of brings it together. What do you guys think? The balls in the socket. It's a very important thing because they do have balls and sockets, so you want to kind of make it where it holds it in place. That's what this is all about. And it holds it in place and holds the foot together. Think I actually got that part done right. What do you think? I actually have it sitting up and standing up like that. That's not bad. So we got that part pretty much down. I might fix that thing to have a little bit more thicker, but not bad. I think I did pretty good. And I can aim the tail up here. Woo! Talk about awesome! That's just the feet alone help balance it. How awesome is that? Now I'm going to do something in between. That's going to help. Oh my word. It's coming together. It is. It's really coming together. I cannot believe this. For once, something is coming together for me without problems. So this part right here is going to go into the middle if I can get it off of my finger. And I will use a needle. Oh, not you. A needle to push it in. I think Jeff will be quite impressed. It's standing. For real. It's standing. It is actually standing in place.
Oh, well done there. I'm going back in. There's something to drill at the moment. I just got to take its cut off. It was cool when I went out there, but it's warm out there now.
Okay, and then there's this one right here. Goes in between this leg right here. If I can get it into the crease, and it actually holds it in place. And let's see if we can get it to stay in place like that. Lift this up. Now, if I can get that little piece of this up like this, and then I'll aim it with a little point like this, and aim it with a little, I guess you could call it a heart shape, but it's not really a heart shape, but it's a little point. That would work great, I think. Bring this to this. And hold it in place. Now what we can do is we can aim it so it holds it. And this one too. Push it in just to hold it in place. And have it really tight into the thing. Keep it really sharp right at the edge. And then aim this part right in here. And this part right in here. And aim it up like this, where it's holding it in place. Ooh, I do like that. The fairy dragon took me a while, guys, but I got to a little spot, and I'll have to put holes for a there. That would go up like this, aiming up here onto its little area there. I think we have a winner. Of course, this will be free like that, but or kind of like this. Maybe like this. Trying to get it to hold in place. I think that will look good that way. Either that or up here. Haven't decided. Let me see. I just keep feeling it should go up in here. And aim it like that and hold it in place for just now. And then I can take it off and it'll be kind of like that. That's what my aim is. But I don't know how I can do that. I might have to do it this way. Take a little holder. Where's my scissors? Of course, they fell on the ground. They fell on the ground. I can't reach those scissors.
It's under your foot there.
I know, I can't reach it.
Grow longer arms there.
Uh-huh. I have an idea where it doesn't destroy the the
Don't consider that to be a natural pose for a fairy dragon.
honey is going to be on a flower or something and sitting.
Okay.
That's what I'm planning on. This is just for temporary, and I can re-put something in later. But this would hold that in place. Like that. Yeah, it will be like a hook. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Now, let's aim this downward. And put this like in like this type of setup where it looks like it's part of the tail that's
Go away, fly.
now let's see if we can game it right like that to hold in place. I think I like that setup. Now all I have to do is make the dragon's toes. The dragon's toes. I've done really well on the knees and everything, I think. It's holding up. A little odd, but it'll be fine. So we'll make the toes. So the toes will have a little bit of armature wire because armature wire holds it in place. And yeah, armature wire will hold it in place. I think it needs, how many toes does it need?
Depends on the dragon.
Well, it's a fairy dragon.
At least 3.
3. Okay, I can do 3. Oh, Murgles. Okay, so the fairy dragon will have it set up like this. Toe right here. Toe right here. Don't you dare fall. Don't fall, please. Trying to set up the toes. Thank you. Toe right here. Toe right here. Sorry. And here. Toe right there. Toe right there. And then where's the other toe? Toe right here. So toe right there, one right there, and one right here. Now, what we need to do is make certain this part gets kind of covered up a little bit so the toes will stay in place. So we will not wipe, but we will fix it where the fairy dragon's toes will go. because the fairy dragons always have like a little bit of a hump over the toes. Then we will aim it. We will aim it with this part going in between. Yeah. And that will hold the toes. I think that will work. Toes out like that, toes like this. I think that will work. This part will go up. No, right there. That will work. That will work great like that. I have an idea of what I want to do with the toes. So I'm fixing up the toes with the little holes in it so I don't have to deal with putting holes in it. So I can put the toes in where they belong. And one goes here. So what I'm thinking is lift this up just a tad inward and put a little reinforcement on the toes. This will help me know how to fix the toes. Okay. It needs to look like a dragon's foot. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. Yeah, I like how the dragon's foot looks. We're getting somewhere. I mean, look at the way the dragon looks. I still need to fix this side to look almost like that side. But sadly, the leg looks a little off. There, that's more like it. And then we fix this part in and hold it in place. And that looks good. At the moment, I'm putting this up here because I want this to hold the tail. That's the only thing I'm after on that reasoning. That holds up the tail. Holds the nut. Okay, so we got to make certain this part sticks. Okay. That looks good. Now, we use the same technique for this side. One toe goes in here. Just so I can make sure I got it right. One toe goes in here. So one toe goes in here, one toe goes in here. And one toe goes in here. We want it to look kind of like the same way as the other side. So you want to bring all that toe artwork into play. Then, no, you don't. You're not losing the flatness of it. Okay, cool. Then you want to take just a tad bit more just to go over it, just to make sure it goes over the where the toes would go. As you can tell, I'm right now trying to set up the toes to look somewhat like a, yeah. And you want to have the toes down like this. That looks good. And you want to bring that part in. And that part in. Then you want to aim this downward and this downward. So you want to aim it like it's set in between it, so it has its toes going inward. No. So that gives you an idea of what I'm trying to do. So this part will go right in like this. That's excellent. Oh, thank you. A part of me feels like I should cook it, but then the other part of me says, don't cook it yet until you get the patterning on it. But we got the toes in. We got the yeah. We have the toes in. I think that's going to look really good, and it's going to come out as a little fairy dragon. Although one leg looks weird than the other. Can't seem to figure out what I did wrong there. But I'm not taking it apart. It just looks a little strange. It could be this needs to be pushed in just to show more of the muscle. After all, dragons do have muscles. Don't they, honey?
What? Little dragons got muscles? Yeah, they do.
Okay, I want to have my husband look at this for a second to see if he approves. After all, this is going to be for his book.
It looks like I'm doing it. I'll have to tell later.
But I like the setup there. I love that, and I love that. So we got that part done. We got the feet all set up. We got the legs in exactly where I want it. No, you don't. That will look good. I'll be watching it when it goes into the oven, because I don't want it to come apart. That's one thing I don't want. Now, next to this dragon. Next to this dragon, we want to have the arms. That's the next one. So I'll look at the arms of what I was looking at to give me an idea. So the arms are going against the legs. It won't look exactly like that, but it will give you the general idea of it. Wondering if the reason why it looks off is there's just too much clay in this section. Just fixing this little section. Yeah, that looks much better. It had too much muscle on the inside. It was really muscly on the inside, and I couldn't understand what I did wrong. I think I made it pretty much the same. Yeah, that's much better. I feel better now. I was like, what in the world? Okay, so the arms, well, we put the little jolts in, so that means we're going to be doing the arms. Now the arms go pretty much the ball and socket, which this and this right here is the ball and socket. And then we have a little bit of an elbow, and then it has a little, yeah. Okay, we got it. I think I did really well on this. Let me just check on this little section right here. Yeah, we did. Good. And that, yeah, we did. Okay. So the arms are very defined because there's a ball and socket. And we want to have it thinner to the topper and thicker to the lower. So this is where the socket is right here. And there will be a bend right here. Yeah. Or did I make the body too big for the legs? Did I make the body too big for the legs? So maybe I need to make another section for the body and blend them together. So I'm trying to think here. Do I need to make another section for the body because it's too small for the legs? This is what happens when you're an artist. You have to pay attention to what you're doing. And I'm right now looking at my artwork, and I'm like, I don't see the arms. This is being too thin, and it needs to be up a little higher. So we're keeping the neck. We're keeping the neck. I know I put you in. You can pull off. Thank you. We're putting, yeah, I think that's what I need to do. I need to make the body a little bit bigger. Just a tad bit bigger. The good news is I can easily put it right back in. So I'm going to take all of this and we're going to work it out. Yeah, I think that's what the problem is it's not big enough. I don't see, you see this part right here was not big enough. I'll show you what I mean. Right here you can see it's not big enough. So I have to elongate it a little bit right to about here. That's my goal. And I am going to refix this just to the body. So that's what's wrong, is that it's not big enough. But other than that, it's absolutely gorgeous. I think I've done really well. But the chest isn't big enough. So time to really bulk up that chest, right? Right. So we're going to make it more elongated. We'll do the arms, but the arms have to be up higher because it doesn't look right. Okay. Let's see if this adds some bulk to the body. Let's see if it brings bulk to the body. Yeah, I think that's about what I needed. Was the body needs to be up a little bit higher. I mean, I've got quite a bit done today. I got the legs done. I am quite pleased with the legs. Quite pleased with the legs. What happened? And this is supposed to be up. Okay, this needs to be pushed over that way to hold it up. Okay, good, good, good. Yeah, it's fixable. That's the thing about being an artist. You are your own critic. And if the body is not long enough, then it's not going to look right. If you know what I mean. So right now I'm going to put that back where it belongs. Push this right here so it holds it in place. Put this back up here to give me an idea if I got it right. And probably outline the outside of the body a little bit. Yeah, it was the body. The body wasn't long enough. It was too short for the arms. It was too short for the arms. But we got a lot done on this. I mean, I'm quite pleased with what I've gotten so far. So we're going to do the snake of clay. Sorry, not snake of clay, but the wormy dealy. Bring it out to the side. Bring it up to the body right here. And same situation here. Take it like this. Exercise it, or not exercise it, but knead the clay. And bring it to the body. By the way, yesterday was Yom Teruah for us. So we had Yom Teruah and we had a lovely time. Right here to there. Yes. And then we bring it to the body here. And it brings it inward. Okay. I got it. Yeah, I finished the body. I'm right now bringing it in and basically blending all of it in. I have the tail, I have the body. So right now I'm just blending it in. Blend. Blending the body into each other. Because you have to bulk out the body. And I love the fact that I am getting it all blended in, and the outskirts of the, of course you're gonna be a pain in the bum. Right here I have to fix that. But I think the first thing I should probably do is make certain that the head can go onto the body, which would be right here. Sorry. Not that far down, but let's see. And the arms can go out here. Yeah, I think I got an idea how I want this to look. At the moment, it's not looking the way I was hoping it would look, but we'll get it. We'll get it. We'll get this up like that. That could be like the horn. That could go like that. And that could be pushed in like this. Just to give me an idea where the... Don't you dare. You're not falling. Right at this moment, I am working with you. This will actually be right up here to hold it in place. Need to fix the neck back on. I'm getting an idea if I got it right. So, yeah. First things first, let's put the body back together. Okay, that's gonna be good. Yeah, that's getting better. Okay, this doesn't need to be in there yet while I'm working on the body. And then we'll put the head back in. Yeah, that'll work. Yep. So yeah, I had to redo the body a little bit because it was too not elongated enough, if that makes sense. I'm using my fingers to blend it in. Now I'll have to fix it on the outside just a tad because the outside does not look right with the inside. And we have to make it bulked out in the back a little bit. But overall, I think I did really well by adding that extra clay to it. And this is going to be a fairy dragon, by the way. So at the moment, I'm working on the body again. I got the feet. See, I made the feet of it. Here's the head. He looks amazing, by the way, on the head. Stay. Don't you dare fall. There's the head of it right here. And yeah. So this part right here needs to be pulled out. This needs to be pulled out that way. And then this will go up like that. That's my goal. I think so. I think, and that's the thing. Sometimes you think, oh, I have the right size for the body. And then you look at it and you're like, it's not long enough. Now, if you're wondering why I have a hole in the body right here, that is to hold hold the tail up. I'll fix that up later on to put back in, and there won't be anything there. We are going to put a little bit of clay right in here because it seems to always keep wanting to come apart right here. Right in here. And then we'll fix it up on here. I did not take it completely apart. I just took the one part that didn't correspond with it away. So that's good. Okay. So what I might do is put this in the oven. This part in the oven. Put this little, where's that dilly bobby? Where is it? I had you. I had you. Where are you? It was a piece of wire. What did I do with it? Anyways, that's going to, this little part right here that I have right here, a little hole there, that is to hold something up. But I think that's what I need to do is first get this where it's staying in place. And then bring this in just a tad. Bring that in like that. This in like that. That in like that. Get an idea of how I want this tail to go. You are not to go too far apart from each other. And that goes like that. Wrong side. Okay, why are you being a little cantankerous? And then this goes up like this, up here. But what happened to the, there's the little piece. Yeah, it was meant to be bigger. And it is going to be bigger. There we go. There's a little piece right there. I think we'll stop at the body and we'll add everything else up later. But I definitely think I am definitely going to cook the body. That way, that part will be done. And then we will put this in. This is the neck. We want the neck to go like that. And let's see if I got it right. Yeah, that is what I'm after. That is what I'm after. So that's sort of what I'm after. I was just double checking on the that part. Yeah, that will work. That will work. Okay, so for now, I think I am going to sign off. But I am definitely making a little hole right here. And I will add to the shoulders on next Friday. But I think I'm doing really well on a fairy dragon. I did half of it. That really pleases me. I can actually do the feetsies, or what you call the claws. I think that's going to turn out really good. It will. Okay, if you like my video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, please ring the bell so you know when I upload another video. And last but not least, please comment. And this is exciting. This is exciting. I got quite a bit done on the dragon. Quite a bit done. It's going to be what you call a fairy dragon. So this fairy dragon is going to be really cute when it's all done. Then I am going to probably paint it with iridescence of purples and greens. But we'll talk about that later. But I think for right now, this needs to be cooked. Yeah, I think that needs to be cooked. Okay, many blessings and shalom, guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.